Yo, it's me, CNCOTT, baby! I keep forgetting to take that out. And I'm back with my review of the 2001 film I'm assuming American Pie 2, starring Jason Biggs and others. So, alright, I think I'm not taking the intro out again. Just, I don't know. But anyway, so, this is the sequel, and, well, okay, so, like I mentioned, the first film I saw was the wedding one. That was the first one that I saw. So, when I was watching through these, like, if you've seen all the movies, at least the first three, rewatching, it's not really, it's not really, when you try to rewatch it, it's not like you would watch it the first time, because you know which way it's going to go. You know that Jim's going to end up with Michelle. So, the fact that this whole movie he's swooning over Nadia once again, just kind of like, okay, can we just get to where he hooks up with Michelle? And yeah, that takes almost the entire film, which is not bad, because that's basically what this film is about, Jim realizing who he really wants to be with. But a lot of antics happened in this film. So, the story is that on a break from college, everybody goes up to Stifler's cabin by the lake, and there's going to be a big party. And Jim is preparing himself for Nadia, and things happen. So, okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is that this film sort of undoes some things that were shown at the end of the film. Like, the relationship between Kevin and Vicky. By the time this film starts, they're not even together anymore. They're supposed friends. And then they have to go through the, ups and downs and go through, go through the motions to sort of get back together, which I'm not sure they even do at the end. Even though in the third one, Kevin says he has a girlfriend, but it's long distance. I don't know. We know by reunion that they're not together, but, and then with the Oz situation, Heather's not even in the movie that much. There are times, I don't know if Mina Suvari was busy or what, but she's basically a cameo, really, if you think about it. She's a couple times on the phone, and then she's there at the end. And you have Finch talking about Tantra. Remember my review for Go? What Tantra is? So he's talking about it, and he also he's obsessed with Stifler's mom. Hold on. Why is everything quiet till I start recording, and now it's like, yeah, come down the freaking highway. Anyway, I should be able to have the window open. So I was going to live by that freeway. Anyway, so I guess when they wrote this, they really wanted to do something like they did in the first one with the Nadia webcam thing. So this time, they do a sort of lesbian, not lesbian gag, where the guys are painting the house for these two women. And when they leave, Stifler decides he's going to venture in and find proof that they're lesbians. But they come back really quick. I don't know where the hell they went so quick that they're walking. But come back, and Jim and Finch have gone in to get Stifler out, but they all end up locked in. And so then, I'm not going to go into specifics here because I don't want to get monetized, but they take liberties with the guys, really. It's just like, they mess with them. They're like, oh, we'll kiss if you kiss him. I'll touch her ass if you touch his ass. Basic thing. And then Stifler, gets it out of hand with something I'm not going to mention, but it rhymes with HJ. HJ stands for what it is. Not rhymes, but HJ. Just HJ. We'll just say that. And they all run off. And that comes back later at the party when they show up. When Matt, Stifler's brother, shows up and he goes, congratulations, you got 2 lesbians. Like, we never said we were lesbians. And then he basically kicks Matt and takes them. But yeah, and there's an incident with some glue and a body part, one of Jim's body parts. He glues himself together, and he has to go to... And I'm going to mention this. There's a scene where they go to the hospital for it, and Eugene Levy, he's gold. There's this woman in a wheelchair sitting next to him, and he's like, well, you don't understand. You don't have a penis. And she's just like, oh! Like, she's so offended by that. It's funny. Eugene Levy is the best thing in all these movies. Even in the movies where he's just like a really minor... He's not much of a major character either, but... So, the whole thing is that he is glued. He's watching a pornographic videotape. He's glued himself together. And then he grabs the tape and he's glued to that. And then he's on the roof and then the cops or something come and he's standing there. It's... they have to him. So now, he has to wait before you do anything with Nadia, but Nadia decides to show up early. So as a way to hold off on it, he goes to Michelle, who you went to talk to earlier about their sexual experience, in which she said that he sucked. But now he goes to her for help and to pretend to be his girlfriend so that they can not only make Nadia jealous, but, kind of prolong the time that they, before they do sexy time. However, as you would expect, during this, Jim realizes that he likes Michelle instead of Nadia, and Nadia ends up with Sherman. Now, I didn't mention Sherman in the first film because he's really just a minor character, other than the line, Sherman, what the fuck are you doing here? That I like from the first one. Otherwise, he's more in this one, and he come up with the Shermanator, a sophisticated robotic android sent back to pleasure one specific woman, and it ended up being Nadia. She likes it, I guess. I guess she's stupid. But, I don't know. And yeah, the hint at something that never happens, and that's that Jessica, who I also didn't mention in the first film, because she's really a minor character, she's even more minor here. There's something between her and Stifler, and having watched all these movies, I don't think they ever really did anything. I think by reunion, she's a lesbian. So, there goes that, but, I always wondered why Stifler never got a female companion. He ended up with 2 women, but he never had, a girlfriend character. I know he's the Stiffmeister, he's the womanizer. I understand why Finch never really gets a girlfriend, because he's always pining after Stifler's mom. But Stifler never gets anyone. Poor Stifler. Well, actually, he does have a love interest in the third one. I just remembered. Me and Kate, and have sexy time with Kate, and whatever he does. And Jim's grandma. We'll get to that next. We'll get to that later. But, yeah, sorry. But yeah, and it ends at a party just like the first one. If anything, they took the formula of the first film, where Jim's got a problem, he's got to solve it, something weird happens in the middle that involves Jim and some of the rest of the cast. There's a party at the end, and Jim ends up with Michelle in the party at the end. It's basically the formula of the first one, only you replace high school with college, and it's a summer vacation, and they say they're going to come there every summer, which I guess doesn't happen. But, yeah, Like, the first scene of this movie is Jim going to do it with one of his college co-eds, and freaking Eugene Levy walks in with some beer and catches them, which, look, I don't even know how he convinces the guy in the college to do this. He's like, come visit my son, you know, and the guy unlocks the door for him. Can't they legally do that? You have to knock first, man. Whether he has the key card or not, you have to knock first. And so he walks in, and then he sits on the bed when the girl's parents show up. And yeah, that's how that begins. It begins with an outrageous thing. Like the first one, I didn't mention this, begins with a masturbation scene. Sort of. Like he doesn't get it finished because. And Eugene Levy's funny in that one too. I didn't mention, but they're like, well, the mom's like, I think he's trying to watch some illegal channels, and she's like, illegal channels? He goes, no, it's just a bad connection. And then on the TV you hear, oh, stick my hairy ass. What's that? This is how he's not Leslie Nielsen. He's so deadpan with his comedy. Spit my hairy ass. What's that? It just. I haven't mentioned that in the first one, but yeah, this one is all right. I'm gonna give it a 7 because I don't think it's. I think I like that they decided to change it. In American Pie, the Wedding, or American Wedding, whatever you want to call it. I got a British release, so it says American Pie, the Wedding. I like American Pie, the Reunion. But yeah, it says more fun than a night with Stifler's mom. Well, I doubt that, but okay. It's just, you know, it's more of the same, and I guess that's why they changed it up with American Pie, the Wedding, or American Wedding, whatever. But yeah, so it's a 7 for me. It's still good. But it's a 7 for me. So what are your thoughts on American Pie 2? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm Scott Meister. See you in the next one.